Right, but he's back in FA Cup action for Manchester United after knocking out Arsenal in the last round. We now face Leicester City at home. This is going to be the preview, the predicted team, and much more. Is a big opportunity for Ruben Amorim to win a trophy. Obviously, in our last Premier League game, we lost to Crystal Palace. This is a huge opportunity to see if the players can bounce back. There will be expected rotation, but could we potentially see a DORGU debut, a Heaven debut? We'll talk about that later on. But listen, Leicester City, they're a Premier League side. They're managed by, obviously, Ruud van Nistelrooy, someone who was actually interim manager a couple months ago. So, listen, it is going to be a sentimental game for him. But listen, United want to win this game. And I think Amorim was a huge opportunity to get the trophy. We've got Arsenal out. Like, there's still big teams left in there. But this is another opportunity to get us the trophy. Now, as I said, Leicester, they've got beaten 4-0 by Everton, but they've also beaten Spurs. I remember when they played Man City, I think it was on towards the end of last year. I know it was a couple of weeks ago, but they did play some good football. So, listen, they're a team definitely to look out for. Ruud has them playing some good football. In terms of Manchester United, we need to bounce back. We had a very poor performance against Crystal Palace, and we need to really bounce back. I think this game against Leicester is another opportunity. We're at home. We could see some rotation. We should see some players start. Obviously, Martinez ain't going to be available for this game, which is very disappointing because he's our butcher. He was being one of Manchester United's best players in recent weeks. So it is very frustrating that he's not available for this game. It does look like a very big ACL injury, which will keep him out for a long time, which is definitely frustrating. But listen, we're going to have to do with what we've got. We've brought no players in the window except for Aiden, Heaven and DORGU. So we'll have to wait and see what happens on that. But Martinez is frustrating that he's injured. But listen, I think it's not going to be an easy game. We've played them twice already in the Carabao Cup and in the Premier League. We beat them 3-0 in the Premier League and I think 5-2 in the Carabao Cup. So we have played against them before and we've shown that we can beat them. But this is different. It's the FA Cup. And listen, you just never know what to expect. But in terms of team, let's get straight into it. There will be rotation in goal. Binder will come in, I think. He's getting the cup games. I think that one does make sense that he will come in. Amorim said that he will start. So we'll have to see what happens there. Onana, listen, he could have probably done better against Palace, but listen, it's a new game. This is going to be buying this competition and it should be for rotation purposes. Now, in terms of the back five, I'm actually going to put DORGU in. I think he should start as the left wing back. I think there's no real perfect introduction. He would have had 3 or 4, maybe even 5 training sessions in him by Friday before the game. It's an exciting opportunity. He was unveiled at Old Trafford at the Palace game. He's match fit, he's ready to go, and I think why not just put him in there, unless you could see Amorim keep the low out there, but I'm sure no Manchester United fan wants to see it now that we have DORGU in. He's signed and he's ready to go. So for me, I'd go for DORGU. I mean, you could see him potentially get the first 45 and then come off, or even just get the second 45, but I definitely want to see him make a start. In terms of the back three, I think it's going to be, I think it go Lenny Yoro left centre-back, De Ligt right centre-back, and Maguire in the middle. I think, obviously, Martinez is out. He would normally occupy that left centre-back position. You've seen in certain games Lenny Yoro go out to that left centre-back position. So that's where I think Lenny Yoro will go from now. And listen, we are quite thin, but we do have Heaven. We do have Mazraoui. Luke Shaw is reportedly going to be in the squad. So there is opportunities, but that's what I would go with. You could see potentially Heaven made his debut. He is part of the first team, now, so you could see him get some minutes, get some opportunity, but we'll have to wait and see. But that would be my back three. So DORGU, left wing back, Yoro, Maguire and De Ligt, and then I'm going to go Ahmad right wing back. I think we need to see Ahmad out wide. I know he's been our best inside forward, but I really want to see the options of DORGU and Ahmad as the 2 wing backs. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's the vision that we want going forward until we get maybe Kenda in the summer. So that's what I'd be going for now. In terms of 2 midfielders, I'm going to go Collier and Bruno. I think that's what will happen. I think Collier is a player who deserves this sort of game rotation. I don't think Ugarte was like good against Palace, so why not give Collier this game, give him another chance to prove himself. The rotation, you have to show that belief, that trust, and he hasn't really done anything wrong, so I think he would probably start this game. Bruno, listen, he's going to start every game. I don't think he was good against Palace at all. He had decent glimpses, but I think for me, Amorim's just going to keep him in there in that number 6 position where he can create Now the 2 10s, I think it's going to be Ericsson and Mainu. I think Garnacho would probably be on the bench. Obviously, he's staying at Manchester United, which is a positive. But I think it will be Ericsson and Mainu. I think these sorts of games, yes, it's still against a Premier League opponent, but I think Ericsson could play it, especially further forward. There's not really too much emphasis on him running back. Then we can use it to create a spark with Ahmad down the right-hand side. They have that connection in which they can build, and that would be a huge positive for me. Now, in terms of the other 10, Mainu, I want to see him in there. I think, listen, he tried Mainu in the 9 for the first 15 minutes. It worked. After that, it didn't. You want to see Mainu go back to the 10, back to basics. What we know from Kobe Mainu in that position, we want to see him grow in there. And then, listen, I think he will start one of Højlund or Xerxes, and I think it probably will be Xerxes. Listen, we should have brought in a striker. Tell's gone to Tottenham. We didn't bring anyone in. We have to deal with what we got, and we are really slim up there. We have Ahmad, Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund, Xerxes, like that's, and Højlund and Xerxes are not really on form. Like, if one of our players gets injured, we're gonna be in a lot of like crap towards the end of the season. So we need to make sure that these players stay fit. That's where you got to rotate here and there, and I think that's something Amorim will be looking for. I think Ineos have massively shafted Ruben Amorim in the window. They've not helped him at all, bringing in literally Aiden Heaven, who's an 18-year-old who we don't know what we're gonna get, and DORGU in a position that we needed. We needed an attacker. We let Rashford go, we let Anthony go, but that's not the video to talk about. This is the preview. But yeah, that would be my team. I think there's going to be huge rotations. As I said, expect a game from Leicester. They do play some good football. We need to be careful on the counter-attack. We haven't looked great at home this season, so you never know what can happen. Some of the results, Bournemouth, we lost 3-0. Palace, Brighton, like these are the sort of games. So listen, Leicester, I think United will win. It's the FA Cup. I think it's the 4th round now. In terms of the teams left in there, I think you've got obviously Man City, Liverpool. There are still there's still like teams in there. Man City, Chelsea. Let me see, so you got Man City, Everton, Brighton, Chelsea, Newcastle. So we're still early on into the stage, but Villa, Tottenham, but one of them will go out because they're playing each other. Liverpool. But listen, it's a trophy I think we can win. We are the holders of the FA Cup, which does sound mad to say. In terms of score prediction, I'm actually going to go 3-0. I mean, listen, I don't know when the last time we won that convincingly at home was. Probably Everton when we beat them 4-0. You want to see confidence, you want to see us build. I think this is an opportunity to get some goals. And yeah, I think that's what will happen in the game. It's not going to be easy. Leicester, they are being inconsistent, so you never know what you're going to get. Please, Ruud, do us a favour and let us go through. It's the 4th round. It's an opportunity for us. We keep progressing, and I think it's this and the Europa League. If we win the FA Cup, we go into the Europa League. So that could, and if we do win the Europa League, that'd be a plus anyway. But listen, we need to really start improving. I'm going to go 3-0 score prediction. It's going to be a tough game. Let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. That's been the preview. Manchester United face Leicester on Friday. It's a bit of a weird one, but I'm hoping we can just get the job done. Then we go to, so we have Leicester. Then we have 9 days off till we play Spurs. So we're going to have a lot more time to train, and hopefully we can see that momentum start to pile and increase. But let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Manchester United vs Leicester FA Cup preview. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace.